Who is Crown? Crown is a pilgrim and a member of the White Knights. Crown used to be a part of a squad that was in charge of protecting a superfood that would be important to humanity's survival up on the surface. Unfortunately, her squad and commanders were wiped out, leaving Crown as the only survivor. Later, Chime finds her guarding the fortress and decides to stay with her. Together, Crown and Chime form the White Knights and start searching for treasures to build up the Crown Kingdom. Crown is first mentioned by the pioneers in chapter 17. They are later left in charge of Marianne by the pioneers. During chapter 25, the commander first encounters the White Knights and Red Hood. The White Knights then later accompany us as guides to Red Hood's hometown. The Knights are also known for not using maps. Instead, they memorize the land around them. Crown also has a steed called Tromp, who is a mechanical horse. Finally, Crown has a weapon called Naked King that has been modified by Nayuta to allow it to absorb alpha particles. If you want more information on Crown, I recommend reading Last Kingdom, where the White Knights have to fight off Indivilia, a heretic trying to destroy the kingdom. What outfits does Crown have? Crown has 3 outfits: her default outfit, her Naked King outfit, and her glorious flower outfit. Character information. Crown is a machine gun unit, being classified as a defender unit, her element being iron. She's a burst 2 Nikke, and her manufacturer is Pilgrim. Who voices Crown? Crown's English voice actor is Kaylee Bray. Crown's Korean voice actor is Heo Ye-eun. Crown's Japanese voice actor is Aki Toyosaki. What is the recommended cube for Crown? The Restoring Cube is always recommended for any team that has a reload speed buff unit. Since Crown's skill 1 is a reload speed buff, this applies. This cube allows Nikkes to reload even faster, allowing them to get back into combat faster. Another option is of course the Bastion cube, which refunds ammo after a certain amount of shots are fired. Should Crown get a doll? Yes, Crown will benefit from having a doll. Do also max it out since she's one of the best units in the game, and the extra stats and effects will benefit her. What is the best overload gear? 4 rolls of attack will improve Crown's overall DPS. 2 to 4 rolls of maximum ammunition is useful for proccing her second skill more frequently. However, since Crown has a reload speed buff, it's not very necessary but can still be useful. The last roll should be 2 to 4 rolls of elemental damage that will increase the damage she does against enemies that are weak to iron, making her better for iron content such as interceptions or solo raids, but attack is still your main priority since Crown can be used in almost every team. What skills should you prioritize? Before we begin, let me give you a bit of info about the skills. I recommend keeping them all similar in level. However, if you want her for more specific reasons, you're going to want to listen to the following. Skill 1 offers a big attack and defense buff, while also giving a reload speed buff. If you want more DPS, do level this up first. Skill 2 offers more survivability for Crown, while also giving an attack buff. Level this up if Crown is falling during battle. And finally, Crown's burst skill gives another attack buff while also providing a shield for the team. Level this up if you want a shield or are using her as your main burst too. Maxing out all her skills is recommended. Skill 1, One for All. This skill will activate at the start of a full burst. For allies included in burst, their attack will increase by 64.5% of Crown's attack for 15 seconds, and also gain a reload speed increase of 44.35% for 15 seconds. For the allies who are not included in the full burst, they will receive a defense increase by 37.4% of Crown's defense for 15 seconds, and also gain a reload speed increase of 44.35% for 15 seconds. This skill is good because it gives a huge attack buff while also giving a reload speed buff that only a few characters have, such as Privity, Mess Maid, and Anchor Maid. If you decide to pair Crown with one of these units, it is possible to achieve a reload speed of 100%, allowing for an instant reload which benefit most characters. This can be especially good for anybody that hasn't unlocked overload gear yet, since it would allow better use for units that rely on max ammo rolls. And for this team, you will have to use the Restoring Cube to keep 100% reload speed up. Skill 2, Royal Attire. This skill activates after 43 normal attacks, allowing Crown to gain 1 stack of Relax, which gives HP potency up by 4.06%. In simple terms, HP potency means any healing received is boosted on her. Crown's machine gun fires at a rate of 60 bullets per second. If the commander is playing at 60 FPS, 43 normal attacks take about 0.7 seconds. For 20 relax stacks, we would multiply 43 times 20 to get 860 attacks, divided by 60 attacks per second. Will take roughly 14 seconds to get. This skill can proc every 14 seconds at 60 FPS. Relax can stack up to 20 times. The stacks do not expire and do not require hitting a target to accumulate. When Relax reaches 20 stacks, stacks are then removed. Crown then gains immortality for 5 seconds, Crown taunts all enemies for 5 seconds, and Crown will recover 5.23% of her final max HP. So how much does she actually heal? Crown's base heal is 5.23% of her max HP. With HP potency at 20 stacks, that becomes 81.2%. So our formula is going to be final heal equals base heal times 1 plus HP potency. If we plug in the numbers and do all the math, soon we receive 9.48% of max HP. So at max stacks, Crown heals herself for roughly 9.4% of her max HP every cycle, which isn't the greatest healing, but her skill also improves incoming healing from other Nikkes as well. When Crown self-heals, she also gives all allies an attack damage of 20.99% for 7 seconds. So in simple terms, this skill provides a reliable tank cycle, giving Crown immortality, taunting, and self-healing every 14 seconds. The HP potency buff improves both her own healing and incoming healing from allies. Her healing isn't very strong on its own, but combined with immortality, it helps her survive tough battles. This skill also triggers a team-wide attack buff whenever Crown heals, boosting the overall DPS of the team. This allows Crown to work with healers such as Pepper, Mary, and Helm. By the way, placing Crown in the leftmost squad slot ensures she gets healed first, as healing goes left to right, making her attack buff more frequent. Finally, Crown's burst skill, Last Kingdom. It has a cooldown of 20 seconds, it affects all allies, it gives an attack damage up by 36.24% for 15 seconds, and creates a shield equal to 10.45% of the caster's final max HP for 15 seconds. The shield can block one instance of fatal damage. Crown shields work similar to Tia's shield, and can even trigger Naga's skills 2 passive. Please do know that attack up and attack damage are 2 different buffs, even if they sound similar. Let me explain it in a simple way. For example 1, the formula we will be using is this: damage output equals base attack times attack up times attack damage up times other modifiers. For the numbers that we are going to use, our base damage is going to equal 100. Our attack up is going to be 50%, our attack damage up is going to be 40%, and other modifiers are going to be none. So our formula is going to look like this once we plug in all the numbers, and our final damage is going to be 210. For example 2, our formula is going to be pretty similar, I just simplified it. So our base damage is still going to be 100, our first buff attack up is going to be 50%, and our second attack up buff is going to be 40%. So once we plug in the numbers, this time, as you can see, it's going to be additive instead of multiplication. So at the end, we're going to end up with 109 damage. So as you can see, it is just better to have both attack up and attack damage on the same team instead of just 2 attack up buffs. As for team comps, I don't believe I have to give any team comps since Crown is literally the best burst 2 Nikke in the game currently, and she works in pretty much every team. So yeah, if you have Crown, you don't have to worry about burst 2. If you learned anything new, subscribe for more guides. Thank you all for watching. Until next time.